to shine. I've got my crown on because I'm here to help you straighten your crown, to dust your crown off, to help you realize your true potential. Because most of us are not living up to our true potential. Let's just invite some people I said I was going to invite. Who else is there? Can't press it. You are lights. Where are you? There you are, come here. Ready to shine. And if you stay to the very end, you could win, or you could be in with a chance of winning a place on the 3-day Absolute Confidence program. Do you want to have the confidence to show up and risk looking silly sitting here in a tiara and a scarf? How would that feel to show up any way that you like? To no longer worry what other people may think of you. How would that feel? Put your hand up if that is something that you would like, to have a zero fucks given attitude. Let me know if that's you. Give me some hearts in love if that is you, because we deserve to live the absolute best life. We came here to live an amazing life, and so many of us settle for a mediocre life. We settle for mundane, we settle for kind of safe, and that's just dull. We're kind of here for quite a long time and it goes quite quickly. So why waste any more time and energy being unhappy? It's just no point whatsoever. So I want to ask you, can someone just as well let me know that you can hear me all right? So if someone could just put like a yes in the comments, that would be great, because I was chatting away the other day and then someone finally told me they couldn't hear me. So if you can hear me all right, fantastic. So I want to ask you, hey my lovelies, if you knew you absolutely could not fail, what would you be doing? Who would you be? How would you be showing up? If you knew you could have absolutely anything, say like being like a child and writing their Christmas list, believing and trusting that you'll have anything, what would you want? How would your perfect life look like? The thing is, when we start to think of that, we get into our logical mind. Oh, this can't happen because of this, and well, that's not likely, and blah, blah, blah. But there are people out there who are living their dream life. One of the ladies I follow, she's a coach, and 7 years ago, she was living in her car. She had no money. She was living out of her car. She is now earning, and regularly earning, $1 million a month. They've now bought their own little island because she believed in herself. She started off not knowing where she was going to go exactly, but she just knew she was going to go up. But the thing that stops us from going out and getting what we want, what we desire, is fear. Fear. And attached to that is usually a self-limiting belief. And some self-limiting beliefs we don't know we actually have because they're unconscious. But fear of loss, fear of change, fear of ridicule, fear of failure, and also fear of success. You know, sometimes there's a part of us that fears being successful. Maybe we fear we'll alienate our friends and family. Maybe we fear it will change us in some way. So we can also have fear of getting what we want, as well as fear of loss. You know, so many of us, because we're attached to things, we're attached to our house, we're attached to our possessions. So we're like, oh, I've got to stay in this job because it pays the bills and blah, blah, blah. When actually, sometimes people only take steps towards their dreams when they have nothing left to lose. You know, so often people, when they've lost everything, they've got nothing to lose, and that is when they will start taking action towards their goals. I don't want you to wait for that to happen. I don't want you to have to wait until you've got nothing to lose. I want you to have the attitude of having absolutely everything to gain, and also knowing that you're worthy of everything that you desire. And the thing is, a lot of our self-limiting beliefs have been passed on to us by our parents and our family and friends, our peers, our teachers, or conditioning, like the conditioning about, you know, you should just go to school, get your exams, get a job, work hard, save for your retirement, and then maybe you can live a little when you're retired. And that is the way we tend to think life needs to be. Work should be hard, work should be something you don't enjoy, and it is all bullshit. There are a lot of people out there who are doing what they love and making money from it so that they have a life of freedom. And one of the limiting beliefs that hold us back, and it's one that I've worked on, is that like money is hard to come by, or that to get more money, you have to work harder. But the people who are making more money are actually doing less. They're not changing. They're not kind of like, what's the word? Can't think of the word. They're not kind of selling their time for money. They're doing what they love. They're reaching more people. They're following their passion. And as a result of that, they're bringing more money in. But when we have a kind of limited mindset, a kind of mindset, oh, there's only so much money and there's only so many people, and like, if I have more, someone else will have less, those kind of attitudes will stop us, will prevent us from attracting into our life all the kind of things that we want. And often it just takes a little bit of confidence and a little bit of self-belief, because there will always be kind of doubts. There will always be times where we doubt ourselves, but we need to make that self-belief and that vision of a better future stronger than our fears. I still have fears. I still have doubts, but I'm more fearful of not living the life that I want. I'm more fearful of still being in the same place in 10 years' time and nothing having changed. I'm more fearful of not reaching my potential. I'm more fearful of spending the rest of my life struggling, which I really don't want to do. So I get to the stage where it's like, I'd rather have a fucking go and make a mistake than not do anything, than just stay stuck, stay unfulfilled. I'm not unfulfilled. I love my life, but do you know what I mean? So many people settle for kind of like mediocrity, settle for, well, other people are worse off than me and all that kind of stuff. And it doesn't have to be that way. But we need to understand what our SLBs are, our self-limiting beliefs. And as I said, a lot of them are unconscious. We don't realize we've got them. One of mine was that life is a competition, and for me to win, someone else has to lose. And that is a scarcity mindset. So I used to feel really insecure when I used to see other people doing the same as me and they seemed to be successful. There was part of me that felt insecure, and I couldn't figure it out for ages, because I thought, well, I'm not selfish, so, you know, I want to be cheering them on. Why am I not cheering them on? And I realized it was a scarcity mindset. Part of me felt that if they were successful, I wouldn't be. And I have worked hard to overcome that belief and to truly believe and know that there is room for more than one of us to succeed. Because I liken it like this. If you are not prepared to take the steps towards your dreams, someone coming up behind you will be. There will be others behind you willing to take those steps. As I said, imagine walking down the street and there's a £20 note on the floor. There's no one else around, so you've no idea who it belongs to, but you're thinking, oh, I can't pick it up because it's not mine. I tell you something, someone walking behind you will do. Or if there's like a job that you really want to go for, or a career that you really want to go for, and you're thinking, oh, I can't do it because someone else is doing it. There'll be someone coming up behind you who will take that opportunities, because this universe is infinite, absolutely infinite. And if you want to get an idea of that, go outside on a clear night, look up, and just remind yourself that if you were to fly up into the sky, you could keep going and going and going and going and going. And that is what we are, part of the universe. So once we acknowledge our self-limiting beliefs, we can work to change them. And if you don't believe that you can do, be, or have absolutely anything you want, there is a self-limiting belief there. And it will affect everything that you do. It will affect your health, your work, your finances, your relationships, because you'll always be thinking in terms of limitations. And that's just the way us humans are. We also bullshit ourselves with a lot of disempowering labels and myths, such as, oh, I'm too old to do XYZ, I'm not clever enough, I don't have enough skills, or I didn't do well in school, and I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy, it's wrong, it's selfish to want more than you need, it's better to give than receive, and I'll talk about that one in a minute. All rich people are arrogant and rude, I can't afford to do XYZ, I haven't got time to do blah blah blah. They are all bullshit, absolute bullshit. And just a side note on that, it's better to give than receive. Everything goes in a cycle. And if we're only giving, who the fuck is receiving? Just a note, who the fuck is receiving if we're only giving? You see, energy needs to come back. You know how good you feel when you give to someone else. So it would be selfish to not allow someone else to have the pleasure of giving to you. It's better to give and receive, to give knowing and trusting that you'll get in return. Now, that doesn't mean that you give someone to something and say, well, I've given this to you, so you give something back. It means like giving away your favorite earrings or your favorite dress, even though you really don't want to let go of it, because you know it doesn't belong to you. Nothing belongs to us. We can't take it with us when this body turns back to dust. It's giving someone your last loaf of bread when you've got no money in the cupboard, and trusting that you'll be looked after. So giving and receiving, it's all an energetic exchange. So it is not selfish to want more. It is not selfish to have desires. It doesn't make you an ungrateful person to want more than you have. And also, by you having more does not take away from someone else. Until it's now, I want to earn shitloads of money. I want to earn so much money, I don't know what to do with it, because I want to help people. I want to be able to go into rescue centres and say, here you go, here's 10 grand, here's 100 grand. I want to be able to see people who need treatment in America and I can say, here you go, here's the money for it. I want to be able to build my rehab centre with my animal rescue centre so I can help people with addictions, with depression, with all those kind of things. I want to do all that and I need money to do it. So does that make me selfish that I want more money? I don't think so, because I want to do good with it. And just another side note, when we think of people who have money and who maybe spend £10,000 on a watch, even if you wouldn't do it either, thinking of that person as selfish and, oh, you could feed 100 million Africans for that amount of money, that kind of attitude is going to repel money. So instead, you see someone doing something you think is vulgar or whatever, celebrate the fact they're able to do that. Celebrate the fact that even in the downturn in the economy and all this, that and the other, someone is able to spend 10,000 or 10 million pounds on a gold, diamond encrusted watch, because that just shows that money, like energy, is infinite and there's more than enough for you, me, everybody. The reason there are some people in poverty, the reason there are people who are starving is not a lack of resources. It's a lack of understanding, a lack of attitude, a lack of distribution, a lack of worthiness. It is not a lack of resources. The fact that people are homeless is not a lack of resources. And the other thing is as well, the people who are going through poverty, who are struggling, that's their journey. You may have gone through poverty in a previous lifetime, so you may have learnt your lessons from that. So there's no need to feel guilty that you have more than someone else, because I tell you now, the Kardashians are not sitting in their $43 million mansion feeling guilty that they have more than you. And people with money, they know it's just energy, and they know they have the attitude that they are worthy. And that is why they make more money, because they believe, they don't doubt their worth, they don't doubt their, they don't feel guilty about calling money in, and that's why they have more money. When we feel guilty for receiving, when we feel guilty for having more, that's like saying, I don't like you, money, I don't like you, abundance, I don't want it in my life. And so we kind of sabotage ourselves, shoot ourselves in the foot. So I want you to get a piece of paper. I should have said this at the beginning and I forgot. I want you to get a piece of paper, just any old piece of paper, and a pen so that you can write. And I want you to start off writing down, what is it that is holding you back? What is it that is stopping you from achieving your dreams? What is stopping you from even taking action towards achieving your dreams? So what is the one thing that you'd really love to do? Maybe a gift you have that you'd like to share, maybe a change in career, or maybe showing up more for your business. Whatever it is, write down on that piece of paper, what is holding you back? What is stopping you from being your quirky, outgoing, weird, wonderful self? What is stopping you? Write it down on that piece of paper. This is just for you, so don't have to worry if it's not legible. And when you've done, I want you to look at that piece of paper and I want you to say, I choose to no longer allow you to have power over me. I choose to no longer allow you to have power over me. I thank you and I willingly let you go. I thank you, thank that limiting belief, thank that fear, and say, I willingly let you go. Then what I want you to do, I want you to get a piece of paper that's about this big, an inch big bit of paper. Again, it could just be a ripped up bit of paper, it doesn't matter, just like about that big. Because on this piece of paper, you are going to write who gets to have an opinion on what you want to do. And it's small because there should only be a few people that have an opinion on what you want to do. You can put my name on there because I want you to achieve your goals and dreams. You can put your name on there. You can even put God, life, the universe, etc. You want to have only on your 1-inch piece of paper the people that are going to support you, the people that are going to be your biggest cheerleader, the people that are going to lift you up along the way, the people that are going to celebrate you, the people that believe in you. Because too often we worry about what other people might think, and most of the time they're not thinking anything because they're too busy with their own shit. But we let fear of what other people might think about us stop us from doing it. And I did it for years. You know, I didn't think I was particularly lacking in confidence until I started working on my confidence, until I started having the ability to show up with my tiara on and doing silly TikTok videos and teaching exactly how I want to teach and singing when I can't sing. That's when I knew that actually I didn't have as much confidence as I thought, because I still worried that people might judge me. I worried that some people may not like me. And here's a truth. Some people won't like you. But you know what? I would rather be Marmite. I would rather some people really fucking hate me and some people really fucking love me than be a kind of, Donna, who's Donna? Oh, there we go. We're back again. Oh, just internet problems. So, I am going to guide you through a meditation to connect to your best possible future self, because everything in our environment, and that includes what we listen to, what we read, what we say, what we feed ourselves, the people we surround ourselves with, but most of all, the thoughts that we have on a regular basis will determine our future. Every thought we have is sending a message to every cell in our body. And if you're sending constant negative messages, I'm not good enough, I'm too old, I'm blah, 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 blah. Do you know what? I realised it's my birthday tomorrow. Do you know that? It's my birthday tomorrow. And I had to actually sit there and work out how old I'm going to be tomorrow. It's 47. I've worked that out now. 47 tomorrow. And I'm wearing a tiara. And do you know what? I don't give a fuck. So, so I'm going to guide you through a meditation. Now this meditation uses a breathing technique called breath of fire and also something called root lock, Muladhara Bandha. And what it does is kind of locks the energy into the body, and it also helps to squeeze cerebral spinal fluid up from your tailbone all the way up to your midbrain, which activates your pineal gland. And the way to do root lock is basically to imagine you're trying not to wee and fart. I am. So imagine you're bursting for a wee and you're trying not to fart. So you pull up your pelvic floor muscles, pull in your tummy muscles, and you squeeze in and up as if you're squeezing energy up from your tailbone up to the center of your head where your third eye point is. So during the meditation, when I say apply root lock, that's what you do. You pull your pelvic floor muscles in, pull your tummy muscles in, and visualize squeezing energy up your spine. You also use a breathing technique called breath of fire. Now, if for whatever reason you don't feel, it doesn't feel right for you, then you can just do a slightly slower variation. Now, breath of fire is almost like a dog panting, except we do it with our mouth closed. But the most important thing is to feel your tummy muscles pull in on that exhale. So it looks like this. So it's short, light breath, like sniffing. But on the exhale, imagine you're trying to blow bogies out of your nose and pull the belly button in. And when we get to that point, I want you to keep going. I'll direct you to keep going with the breath of fire until I say otherwise as I speak. So until I say stop, keep going. As I say, if it doesn't feel right for you, just do a slower variation. And it reoxygenates the body. It awakens the Kundalini energy at the base of the spine, and it gives you really fucking firepower, absolute firepower. Now, some people, when they first do it, they're a bit anxious because they say it feels like, they think, oh, it looks like hyperventilating. Hyperventilating is a bit more like, because you can't get the breath out. This is a voluntary breath. This is you choosing to do this breath. So if you start to feel a little bit worried, just remind yourself you're choosing to do this breath and just take a slower start. And then speed it up a little bit if it feels okay to do so. But I say it's like, they say if you do 5 minutes of breath of fire, it's like doing a 20-minute aerobic workout. So if you ever see someone in a red van at the traffic lights going, that's probably me. Give myself an energy boost. So I invite you to sit on a chair with your spine straight and your feet flat on the floor. We want the spine straight so that your energy can flow. If you're kind of slouched, it's like having logs in the middle of a river, and it blocks the flow of energy. And you are going to sit with your nice tall spine and your feet flat on the floor, and have your hands palms upwards resting on your lap in a gesture of openness and receptivity. Close your eyes and relax the muscles around and behind your eyes. Bring a subtle smile to your face and notice how that relaxes all the muscles in your face and neck. And keeping your eyes closed, look up and in towards your third eye point, your sixth energy center, so the space between and behind your eyebrows. And notice what you can see with your eyes closed. It may simply be shades of dark and light to start with, or you may see images, patterns or pictures. Simply observe with an almost childlike curiosity. And notice if the images take up the whole screen of your mind or just a small part of it. Can you see patterns, shapes, images? Are they still or moving? Are they bright and vivid or subtle and indistinct? Is it like looking through a kaleidoscope? Does it intensify as you pay attention? So simply notice what you notice. And keeping your eyes closed and your eyes turned up to your third eye point, I want you to become conscious of your spine. Visualize your spine from your tailbone all the way up to the base of your skull. And as you breathe deeply in and out through the nose, feel, sense or imagine the breath flowing up and down your spine. Inhaling all the way up from your tailbone to the base of your skull. Exhaling all the way down from the base of your skull to your tailbone. Breathe in, feel your spine lengthen. Breathe out, feel your body relax a little bit more. Breathe in, feel taller, lighter. Breathe out, feel grounded, fully present in this moment. Now I want you to imagine breathing in all the way up to the crown of your head. And breathing out all the way down to the base of your spine. This time breathing in all the way to the top of your head. And breathing out all the way down to your feet. Inhale, breathe up to the crown of your head. Exhale, breathe out right down to the soles of your feet. Breathing in, feel a sense of expansion. Breathing out, feel a sense of release. Breathing in, feel a sense of lightness. Breathing out, feel a sense of surrender, of letting go. Letting go of your day. Letting go of whatever may have been troubling you or challenging you. And notice your breathing deepen as you inhale all the way up to the crown of your head and exhale right down to the soles of your feet. And as your breath deepens and slows down, so too does the mind slow down. And as you turn your senses inwards, your mind begins to expand. Your consciousness expanding. Your inner awareness expanding. Now I want you to visualize an ethereal tube running up the length of your spine, from your tailbone right up to the crown of your head. And as you breathe in, draw the breath upwards. Visualize drawing energy upwards from your tailbone right up to the crown of your head. Hold it there. Then slowly exhale. So like drawing fluid up through a straw. Imagine drawing energy up from the base of your spine, right up to the top of your head. Hold it there. Then breathe out long and deep. Visualize drawing white light energy up your spine from your tailbone to the crown of your head. Hold the energy there in the center of your brain. Then breathe out deeply. This time as you breathe in, hold the breath and apply root lock. So pull up your pelvic floor muscles, pull in your tummy muscles, and squeeze in and up, pushing the energy upwards to your brain. Hold the breath for as long as you comfortably can. And relax as you breathe out. And again, breathe in. Hold the breath, pulling up your pelvic floor muscles, your abdominal muscles. Imagine squeezing in and up, pushing the energy and cerebral spinal fluid right up to your midbrain. And relax as you breathe out. And once more, breathe in deeply. Hold, apply root lock to draw energy from your body to your brain, to your infinite mind. Hold the breath in as long as you can. And release as you exhale. This time, breathing in, then breathe all the way out. Hold the breath out and squeeze in and up, pulling your pelvic floor muscles, abdominal, navel, squeezing in and up, visualizing brilliant, bright, white light up along the length of your spine, right up to the crown of your head. And release and relax. And we're going to supercharge our energy by doing a breath of fire. So once we start, I want you to continue breathing the breath of fire even as I speak. Keep breathing it until I say otherwise. So take a deep breath in and breathe all the way out. And breathe in again. And again, short, sharp breaths. Feel your belly button pull in towards the spine as you breathe. So keep breathing in and out rapidly through your nose, like sniffing, using your abdominal muscles to pump the breath in and out. And you're using your breath to clear away any blockages, to fire up your inner fire, to stoke the energy within. As you do this, keeping your eyes closed, looking up and in towards your third eye. And keep going. Know that you are moving blocked and stagnant energy, reoxygenating your whole system, re-energizing and revitalizing yourself for the work ahead. So power through any resistance, remove the barriers, free up your energy, connect to your inner power. 30 seconds more. Feel yourself becoming completely energized. And then apply. Take a deep breath in. Hold the breath. Apply root lock. Squeeze in and up. Imagine all that energy rising up from your tailbone all the way up to the crown of your head. Hold it. And slowly release as you exhale. Then hold the breath out. And again, apply root lock, drawing that amazing inner fire upwards to the crown of your head. Then release. And just take a moment to observe the sensations within. Breathing normally. And you may feel an inner warmth or tingling sensations, pulsations, or some other sensation. But feel the energy flowing around your whole body. Now take your awareness to your feet. And become aware of the contact between your feet and the floor. And imagine connecting to the earth. You may visualize roots, like tree roots, or a cord or funnel extending from the soles of your feet down into the floor, into the ground, down through the soil, right down into the center of the earth. Visualize your connection to Mother Earth. Notice the sensations in your feet. You may notice a warmth, a tingling sensation, or some other sensation. Simply be aware of your connection to earth energy. And now shift your awareness to the crown of your head and visualize connecting to the heavens, to your higher power, universal divine intelligence. You may imagine an ethereal cord, tube or funnel, a beam of light, or something like an antennae or an aerial. Doesn't matter what image comes to mind. Or you may simply have a sense of your crown chakra opening and drawing in universal divine energy. Simply feel, sense, or imagine being connected to the divine source, the power that created us, the energy that gives us life, the same divine source that gives life to the wind, the clouds, the seas, the plants and trees, to all life. The divine spark that keeps our hearts beating and our lungs drawing in life-giving air. This powerful energy, this universal divine intelligence is what gives you life. And when you begin to love life as much as it loves you, you begin to open yourself up to unlimited possibilities, unlimited potential, unlimited power. This divine intelligence that moves within and around you always, just waiting for instructions, waiting for you to surrender, to begin to co-create a reality far beyond your current reality, to move far beyond your current limitations, to free yourself from the limiting emotions and patterns of behavior that have prevented you from achieving your true potential. Be ready and willing to surrender your limitations to an all-knowing intelligence. Know that you cannot create a new future whilst holding on to the emotions of the past. So what is it that you need to let go of? What thoughts, feelings, emotions, behavior, beliefs or habit do you need to release in order to move forward? Name it now in your mind, without fear, judgment or self-criticism. Simply bring to mind the emotion, belief or behavior that you wish to release, to be free of. And now say out loud, repeating after me, universal consciousness within me and all around me. I am ready and willing to release whatever it is you need to let go of. Universal consciousness within me and all around me. I am ready and willing to release. I surrender this to you now. And it's time to free your body from this limited state of being, thinking, or feeling. Be willing to surrender to a greater power, a greater intelligence, and trust that this power is absolutely real. You don't need to know the why or the how. Simply be willing to surrender and willing to change. Again, say out loud after me, infinite mind, universal divine intelligence, I give you this limiting belief, behavior. Take it from me and resolve it into a greater sense of wisdom. Now bring to mind an image of your new self, how you will feel when you are free of this limiting belief, emotion, or behavior. Visualize yourself as your best possible self. How will you be when you are no longer carrying this limitation? How will you feel when you are free from this self-limiting belief, emotion, or behavior? See yourself clearly in your mind as your new, free, empowered self. Now bring to your awareness to your heart center, the center of your chest. And bring to mind someone or something that you love unconditionally. It doesn't matter who, what, where, or when. I simply want you to focus on the emotion of love, the energy of love. And notice how that emotion moves through your body. Notice the sensations within, and imagine every cell in your body vibrating with the energy of pure, unconditional love. Focusing on that sensation of love, place both hands over your heart center. And keep them there as you bring to mind once more the image of your future self, your best possible self. See yourself as you will be, free from the limiting belief, emotion, or behavior. What is the greatest expression of yourself that you can be? How does that person think and act? See yourself as the person you want to become. And imagine that it is already real. Become that person. Move into that state of being with a sense of love and gratitude. Send love to that future self and know that that person is already you. And feel love and gratitude as if it is already so. Feel such gratitude that your body begins to change ahead of the event and begin to memorize the feeling of the new you, so that you are giving divine instructions to the cells in your body. And as you do that, say thank you, thank you, thank you. And now imagine that you can see that image of your best possible self, as if that person was stood in front of you right now. Now imagine yourself getting up from your chair and stepping into the image of your future self stood before you. Step into your best possible self and imagine seeing and experiencing the world as that new self. How does it feel? How does it feel emotionally, physically, energetically? How are you standing? How are you moving, breathing, feeling? And again, say thank you, thank you, thank you. And set the intention that at the end of this meditation, you will stand up as your new best self. Set the intention to act, think and feel as your best possible future self. once more, take a nice deep breath in. And let the breath go. Become aware of your body resting on your chair. Become aware of the space around you. When you feel ready, start to open your eyes. Maybe stretch out the arms a little bit. Just move in any way that feels right for you. And feel excited for the future you're about to step into. And I have Mr. Odin, who's been harassing me for the last 5 minutes. If you feel called to share your experiences with me, I always love to hear. Even if you want to do it by private message, that's absolutely okay. And I wish you so much love, and I shall see you all very soon. Namaste, love and light to you. Mwah.